There's a manipulation tactic that some men will do to women, and I think it's very important as a woman you know what it is because it just happened to me again.
Hello everyone, welcome back to The Social View. In today's video, women share their recent dating stories and talk about what dating has been like for them lately. From promising connections and memorable dates to unexpected situations, disappointments, and experiences that didn't go as planned, they open up about what's been happening in their dating lives. This video explores the highs and lows of modern dating, including communication, attraction, relationship expectations, and the challenges of finding genuine connections, offering an honest look at what women are experiencing in the dating world right now.
You guys, I used to complain a lot about the dating apps having really shitty guys, but I think it's men everywhere. It doesn't matter where you meet them. Dating is just so bad these days. And I know that's because I just haven't met my person. I'm trying. But a few weeks ago, my friend and I went to Y Bar and I met this guy. He came up and approached me and my friend. He chatted with us. We left, went to another bar, even came back to Y Bar, and he also left and came back and found us again. We chatted with him. At the end of the night, he got my number, and I was really excited because I thought he was super cute. We had a great conversation. He seemed like a really nice guy. Next day, he texted me and he said, "Would you be down to get drinks later this week?" And I said, "Yes." And he's like, "Thursday?" And I said, "Thursday's great." That was Sunday. Never heard from him again. Wednesday rolls around and I'm reaching out to him being like, "Hey, are we still on for tomorrow?" Because I ended up getting invited to a dinner on Thursday and I didn't want to say no to it if I haven't heard from this guy and we're not going on this date. He texts me back the next day, so the day of our date, and he's like, "Hey, so sorry, my director's in town. We've been doing the whole dinner and drinks spiel. We are even going to the Braves game tonight, so I'm going to have to rain check. Are you around this weekend?" Normally, I would dismiss this right away. I had to reach out to you about the date you asked me on. It's giving low effort. So I was like, you know what? I met this guy at a bar. Low effort. He's asking me to get a drink. It's pretty casual. I'll give him another chance. So I said, "Sure, I am around Saturday or late next week." And he goes, "Saturday. I'll text you a time and place in the morning. I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Sounds good." Saturday rolls around, 7 a.m. on the dot. He told me when and where we're grabbing drinks. And I was like, "Sounds good." 4:30 Saturday, he texted me. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to have to rain check again. Life got really hectic." What got hectic between 7 a.m. and 4:30 for a 9 p.m. drink? "I'm still really interested in you and would love to get to still go out. Are you free next week?" And I didn't respond because why would I reschedule a third time for a drinks date? This is truly the bottom of the barrel, bare minimum is a drinks date. And you couldn't even commit to doing that. So I was like, no. And I was going to respond to him and say, "Sounds like you've got a lot going on. Don't worry about it." And then I was like, he honestly doesn't even deserve a text back because he didn't even text me for 4 days to tell me where our first date was. So it's not just the dating apps, it's men everywhere.
What are your thoughts on this video? Let me know in the comments down below.
All right, story time, finally. I'm going to try to, it might be two parts, we'll see. So I want to start this off by saying that I haven't been on dating apps in a very long time because they've just always failed me, and I guess I just never learn. So I decided to go back on dating apps. This time I tried out Bumble, and I will say, I was actually thoroughly surprised. There was some good looking men on there and, some prospects, and I matched with this one guy that normally I probably really wouldn't, he's not my type, but I just figured, you know what, maybe I need to just rear out of my type just a little bit. So I ended up matching with this guy, and we ended up having really good banter right away. He was funny, he was quick-witted, and he just, again, also handsome. So it was a bonus. And we finally moved from the app into texting, and that all went great. But then I had a weird moment of, I don't know, maybe I was in my luteal phase. I don't cycle, but I texted him and I said, "Hey, maybe I shouldn't have gone on dating apps. I think I'm just truly okay alone." And I should have listened to myself. It's my body, my mind, my soul knew, stay away from this man. He took it really well. But about a week after, I think it was about a week after, I actually ended up seeing him at my gym. And mind you, I've been going to my gym for 6 years. We've never ran into each other. And during our little bit of our talking or texting phase, we did find out that we go to the same gym, but again, different times. So that's why we never ran into each other. So after I had sent him that text telling him I don't want anything, I ended up seeing him at the gym, and I was working out and I thought I saw him in the corner of my eye, but I didn't say anything. I just moved on. But he ended up texting me and said, hey, are you at the gym? So I let him know I'm about to leave, but I can wait to at least say hi. And I ended up walking outside and was waiting for him. And when I tell you, when I saw him, it's like I immediately knew, I'm like, oh no. I was like, I'm gonna like this guy. It was like an instant. I looked at him. He looked so much better than his profile. He was so handsome, dimples, hazel eyes. Just, I mean, honestly, I just was like, this is a beautiful man. And instantly clicked, you know, had this small conversation, and I ended up going back into my text thread and highlighted the long message I sent, and I said, just, you know, disregard. And he sent a cute little like Men in Black thing, you know, what are you even talking about? So I thought that was cute. And we ended up just, again, texting again, and it was just a little bit different because now we had met. And you know, it's just different when you meet somebody in person. You know, you feel their aura, energy, whatever you want to call it, the first hug. It just like, you know if you're gonna like that person. At least for me, my intuition is usually on point when it comes to that. I always know if I'm gonna like a guy or something's gonna happen between us. And I just knew from that. So this was on a Sunday, okay? Monday, we ended up meeting up and we were walking around the town he lives in, and it was so cute. We had talked for hours, connected, realized we had a lot in common, and we just clicked, and everything just felt really natural and cute. And I was really excited about it because it's been a while since I've even been attracted to a man. So that was exciting for me. And towards the end, he walked me to my car, we hugged and then hugged again. And then I just felt like kissing him. And it was one of those just magical kisses, you know, just like rom-com. It just was such a good kiss, and everything just felt so right. And you know, looking back, and I'm like, was that all a lie too? Was he able to fake that? I don't know, but you know what? It was a good kiss, so at least I had that going. So I ended up going home, and the following day, what was that? That would be Tuesday. Yeah. So Tuesday, I actually ended up going to his house. He originally wanted to come to my, not my place, but like my area, because he's like, well, I want to drive to you. Let's just grab dinner after you get off work. But I texted him and let him know, you know, I've had a long day. Like, I'm actually really tired. I'd be down to just like come over and chill and order takeout. So I get to his place, we order food, and then we just have really good conversation, and we're just, again, just really clicking, vibing, whatever you want to call it. And then we had some almost like a little bit more serious and deeper talks, and we're just talking about like dating apps, and he mentioned how he, you know, he thinks it's just like men cheat and do all this stuff just because they have too many options, and he likes to water the grass that he's at instead of always, you know, looking on the other side. Should have been a red flag for me right there. He was saying all the right things, and I've been bamboozled like that before, but because it was just such a strong connection, I just for once wanted to believe a man. I mean, sue me for believing the man, the words of a man, you know. But again, you'll learn what's gonna happen. So I actually asked him if he's ever felt this strong of a connection with someone, if he had something like that happen to him, and he did say, he said, you know, no, I haven't. He's like, that's why it just feels, you know, it feels really exciting. Like, I'm so happy you came into my life. I prayed for a woman like you. How dare you say that, right? Also said he's a relationship type, but I was honest and I let him know, you know, actually I've had a strong connection like this before, and it didn't really end well. And so even though I'm loving this connection, I do have to guard myself and take a step back, because a lot of times these fast sparks kind of fizzle out, but I don't know, just something felt a little bit different. So maybe he was just, you know, above the last manipulator that I tried to date. So I don't know. There's just something about him that just made me believe him. And he asked me, he's like, can you please not compare me to the other men that you've dated? You know, I don't think, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I don't think you should close yourself off so much. Like, just enjoy what we have. And I'm thinking to myself, man, it's been like 3 days of knowing this man, and I'm already just so, you know, like rose colored shades or whatever you call it. But I ended up going home that night, but I felt really good. Wednesday, I didn't see him. Thursday, I ended up going to his house and we had some more talks. And I also let him know that again, I'm a little bit guarded. I wanted to move slower and I was just not ready to, I think TikTok doesn't let me say this word. So keeping it PG, sleep with him. Hopefully I'm allowed to say that. And you know, not my proudest moments, but his words were so convincing and he made me feel so safe and secure. But when I think back on it, when I tell a man that I'm not ready, I don't think he should go anywhere below my face, you know, just respect my boundaries. But this man clearly knew what he was doing. So whatever ended up happening, but I sort of regret it now, but in the moment I didn't regret it. It felt good. Everything was fine. But I just let him know that I don't like doing that because I just feel like men switch up as soon as you kind of give that up. And he kind of reassured me. He's like, that's not me, blah, 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 blah. You know, of course I believe the words. Again, sue me. So this is where the story kind of starts to get a little weird, right? And this is something that I keep having to relearn, and that's pattern recognition. And there's a pattern with these types of men. And I shouldn't have ignored the pattern because 2 years ago, I had a very similar strong connection and that just ended really badly. And I'm saying pattern is because the same series of events happened. After I was intimate with this man, the next day I got sick. Same with this man. I wake up, my throat's sore. It's just, yeah, I'm just not feeling good at all. Physically, you know, but mentally I was still like excited. I was like, oh my God, we had such a great night. He had already gone to work. And you know, I'm a lover girl and I wrote him like a cute little note the next morning. And that's one thing about myself. Like I'm never gonna not be that type of person. People say, oh, you're so sweet. You do too much at first, but that's just who I am. And I'm never going to regret that. I wrote a cute note. That's just how I show I like somebody. But yeah, I guess in retrospect, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, so I ended up getting really sick and we were texting just a little bit throughout the day, but he was already kind of seemed a little bit different from how he was the previous couple days. Like he just wasn't as quick to respond, which is okay. You have things to do, but yeah, this is where the story gets it just takes a turn. And it's crazy because I know it's only a couple days, but sometimes when you have those intense meetups or connections with somebody, a 7-day romance can feel so much more intense than something that was a slow burn over the course of the month.
What are your thoughts on this video? Let me know in the comments down below.
I have the worst Hinge date story. This happened like a year ago and my friends tell me all the time that I need to post about it and I never do. So now I think enough time has passed. So we match on Hinge, we do a couple FaceTimes, it's pretty chill, nothing's like too out of the ordinary. He's like really into surfing, so he tells me like, yo, like I'll take you surfing for the first date, and I don't want to do that. So I was like, okay, let's save that for another time if it goes well, and let's go get some food or something else. So he's like, yeah, of course, no problem, let's do it, I'll pick you up. So I make the first mistake and I get in his car on the first date. He picks me up, he looks cute, I look cute, I'm ready, I'm like dressed in like cute jeans, cute sneakers, sweatshirt, casual, but like I look ready for food. We get into his car and of course like the second that I close the door, he's like, so where are we going? I thought you made a plan. And of course, this is like my second, like, actually that's a lie. This is like my 4th ever Hinge date. So I'm kind of like new to dating. I'm younger, I guess. Like, don't hate a girl for trying to figure this out, okay? So he's like, so what are we doing? What do you want to do? And I was like, I thought we were getting lunch. I was like, oh, are we gonna go get food? He's like, oh yeah, I have the perfect place for you. I have the perfect place. I'm like, okay, I didn't usually with that. I look at the navigation. A hot hour and a half. A piping hot hour and a half. And it's going all the way down to Newport Beach. I'm in LA. I'm in like central LA. And at this point, I'm dumb as a rock, and I'm like, all right, where are we going? Let's go. And I'm getting nervous. My whole body's like shutting down. I'm like playing with my rings. I'm like, like hyperventilating internally. And he's like, why are you so nervous? Like, I can see that you're nervous. Like, why do I make you nervous? And I'm like, oh my God, stop. And so, like, of course, my face is like getting red, and I'm like, oh my gosh, no, like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm like apologizing for being nervous. Like, I kid you not, he starts like singing Disney songs. Like, and he's doing this, like, when he's singing to me, he's, like, grabbing my hand, and he's like, oh, yeah, oh, like, throwing my hand away, and I'm like, oh, my God, I might jump out the side. I might just do that. An hour and a half passes, close to 2 hours now, because we hit some traffic, right? We're at the beach. We're at Newport Beach, and he pulls up, and he's like, this is perfect. This is a perfect spot. I'm going to pop open my trunk, and I'm like, what's in your trunk? A machete? He starts taking off his clothes. He starts getting naked. I'm like, sir. And he's like, I'm putting on my wetsuit. We're going to go catch some waves. I have an extra one for you. He like shows me this extra wetsuit that he has that's totally disgusting and smells like complete and utter shit. And I'm just like standing there not really knowing what to do. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm watching him surf. He gets ready, and he starts booking it to the waves. The waves. These waves were non-existent. It was not a day for the waves. There was no waves in sight. I know that because he was checking on his app to see how good the waves were that he was missing out on. Boy wasn't missing out on anything because he just got right to it and wanted to see it for himself. So he starts booking it. Like, he's like in front of me, basically jogging. And we go from 1, like, you know those signs on the beach, like 1 to 20. 1 to 20. 1 to 20. Like, I swear it takes us like a good past 20 minutes to get to number 20 for the perfect wave spot. He finds his spot. I don't know what to do. I call my friend. I'm like, an Uber, and this is when I was broke. I was like, an Uber is $200. I can't do that right now. He's like in the waves, and I'm calling my friend like, what do I do? It starts raining. It's raining. He's in the water. There's no waves in sight. He's just doing this. And he keeps looking at me like to see if I'm looking at it, and I'm like, doing great, sweetie. He wasn't in there for very long. It was a quick little dip because, again, no waves in sight. And he comes out, he goes, you weren't even watching me. And this is when I start to crash out. Now, I've been to a lot of therapy since then. This is before therapy. This is when, like, peak people pleaser Olivia. So I was, like, really stood up for myself for the first time, and I was like, this is ridiculous. You said that we were going to go get dinner. I told you that I didn't even want to go surfing in the first place. Like, it's raining, my feet hurt, what's going on? Like, this is so weird. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, oh my gosh, like, we're adults, like, we can just cancel this now, like, let's just go back to the car, let's just go back. So he's like walking all mopey with his surfboard. And I'm walking behind him like, so now we're going 20 to 1, right? 20 to 1. And we're just, like, walking, like, he's in front of me, I'm behind him, and he keeps looking back, and he's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Like, I'm like, it's okay, it's fine. I'm, like, walking in my socks, in my wet socks, on the dark pavement. And then it wasn't until we saw this group of Amish people that we actually started talking to each other again. Because the awkward silence was so bad for me that I was like, haha, look, the Amish. And for some reason that, like, really got us talking again. And he was like, please, like, I'm so sorry, like, let me make it up to you. And his sorries were so weird. It was like the microphone thing where he was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, like, let me make it up for you. Let me get you some food. So I was like, okay, I want some pokey. I want some pokey right now. We go to this pokey place. I'm like full fawn, full like people pleaser mode. He pays for it, and while we're waiting for our food, he goes on his phone and starts scrolling through pictures of his abs, of his muscles from like months ago. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. No questions about myself, nothing really that has to do with me, more about like how muscular and how much money he's going to be making. He then continues and he's like, please, please let me make it up for you. Like, I'll get you something at McDonald's. Like, let's go to McDonald's. So I'm like, all right, let's go to McDonald's. We go through the McDonald's. He goes, 1 Oreo McFlurry, and just drives on by. Just drives. Am I nothing to you? I wanted a vanilla cone. I'm still mad about that. I wanted a vanilla cone. So I'm like looking at him and I'm like, okay, were you not going to ask me what I wanted? And he was like, oh, sorry, did you want something? So then they're like, 2 spoons or 1? And I go, 2. I'm like, 2 spoons all the way, please. And he gets all mad at me because I asked for 2 spoons. He's like, you don't want to share a spoon? Like, he started getting real, like, you don't want to share a spoon with me? And I was like, no. And so he made fun of me for that the entire time. And he's like, I have 1 more spot. And of course, just like, I know I should have called it then. Looking back, but like, let a girl be young and dumb and free, okay? We're both eating the ice cream with our separate spoons. He's making fun of me, making me feel uncomfortable, talking about his money, singing these Disney songs. I don't even know what song. Here's the thing. I do music. I know music. I know a lot of music. And for some reason, he played every single song that I didn't know. And he was able to, like, sing every single song that I didn't know on the planet of the Earth. Anyway, he's like, I have 1 more spot. I want to make it up to you. And I'm like, fuck it. Take me away. It's another beach. It's another beach that's farther away from the beach that we were at before. So we're at another beach. It's sunset now, by the way. It's been many of hours. The sun is setting. We're sitting down, and things just could start getting weird. I don't even remember what we talked about, but it was nothing. We talked about nothing, I'll tell you that. But he still had the nerve to grab my hand and feel my hand on his mustache and tell me that he liked it. Grabbed my hand, kissed my hand, felt his mustache, put my hand down. No words. No words. And then right after that, there was some girls on the beach that were taking like bomb photos of each other, and he was like, ugh, I hate when women do stuff like that. And at this point, I'm like, take me home, please. 2.5 hours in the car. 2.5 of this. Oh, yeah, baby, don't you worry about a thing. Oh, you see that building up there? Yeah, that's probably where I'm going to work one day. Yo, you know this song? Yeah, baby, don't you? You can see it, right? You can see it. And then I just told him I wasn't going to see him again. Over text, of course. I gave him a hug. Good night. 9 hours, by the way. 9-hour date.
There's a manipulation tactic that some men will do to women, and I think it's very important as a woman you know what it is, because it just happened to me. Again, it happens to me all the time. It's when, you know, you're texting a guy and he's really interested in getting to know you and he asks to see you. You guys pick a date, and then the day comes and it's just like radio silence, and he doesn't text you, or he texts you like, oh, what are you doing tonight? Like, knowing damn well you had something planned. This is a manipulation tactic. He feels insecure that he can't meet up to your standards, so even before he meets you, he's going to try to lower them. He's going to try to weaken your boundaries, lower your standards, so that off the bat you're willing to accept less than you normally would. This just happened to me, but it happened to me worse than it usually does. So this guy met me in a bar last week. Like, he came up to me when I was with my friends. He asked for my number. He was excited this whole week to meet me. He kept saying he was going to plan something great. The day comes, radio silence. And then he texts me, hey, like in the afternoon. And I'm like, hey. And he's like, so what time are we meeting? What are we doing? What's the activity? And I said, oh, like, I thought you were going to plan something. And he said, no, well, actually, like, I'll let you pick. And I said, listen, I'm sorry. That kind of, initiative just, like, it doesn't interest me, I need initiative. And he basically left me on red for a few hours. Then he saw that I wasn't budging, and he came back and he said, you know what, I'm very sorry. You're right. I'm going to put in more effort. How about this time in this place? And I said, you know what, I'll give you whatever. Yeah, sure. The benefit of the doubt. Well, he comes back with a follow-up question. I answer, not thinking much of it. And then he said, I'm offended. I actually don't want to see you anymore. And I was very confused, and I sent an apology. Because we were speaking in French, so I thought maybe I said something wrong, like a bad translation. And I showed it to my French friend after, and she was like, Brie, like, this is it's very normal response of you. I don't know why he's acting this way. It's very odd. And I realized what he was trying to do. He was trying to, again, find a different way to weaken my boundaries and lower my standards after I told him that I wasn't going to plan a date for us. And of course I was right. He left me on red for a few hours, and then he came back. He read my lengthy apology, and he basically just said, okay, I'll meet you at midnight. And I said, no, I'm sorry. Like, I try to be good to you, but if you can't be good back, then I actually don't want to have a date with you. Again, he left me on red. Then he sent me a picture of his dinner. Then he called me. I didn't pick up. Then he sent me another text asking me, what am I doing right now? And now he's still harassing me trying to meet, because the problem is not you. Like, these kinds of people, they feel intimidated by you. They feel they can't get attention through a positive channel. So they go after a negative way to try to lower your standards so that now they can maybe fit in some way. It's so manipulative. I see so many women too come on here and be like, oh, like we were supposed to meet and he just ghosted me. Like, what happened? And it's like, well, he didn't really ghost you. He just wants to see how much you're willing to lower your standards, because that's a guy who's intimidated by you. And, he needs you to feel less so that you'll accept him as he is, because he knows in your normal state, he probably would never get a second date. So he's doing this on purpose. If someone was chasing you and then they pulled back, that's not them losing interest. That's them playing a game with you. Because if someone really did lose interest, they would be honest and they would say something. They wouldn't play this game with you where, like, they're not texting you, seeing if you're going to do this first, whatever. Like, people that have nothing to hide are honest and direct.
Hey guys, this is not my usual type of content, but I just have to make it. I was literally on the worst date of my life. The whole date lasted less than 1 hour. And I couldn't take it. I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. We matched on Bumble, I think. And then we decided to, he asked me out. He was like, oh, do you want to get some drinks on Friday? And I was like, bet, sure, let's do it. And it wasn't like an upscale bar where like each cocktail is like $20-$30 each. This is like a normal bar where there's like beer o'clock, and it's affordable. It's affordable. It's like $7 per drink. When I met him, like right before we sit down, he was like, you don't mind if we split the bill, right? Oh. I mind. Because I'm such a fucking people pleaser, I was like, no, I don't mind. I should have just left at that point. Honestly, I'm glad he said that, okay? Because then I know what kind of person he is. So after he said that, the mood just went... I was hoping like he at least had a nice personality so I can like at least have a good conversation. But it was horrible. So if you guys don't know, I lived in LA for like 5-ish years. He was like, ew, how did you survive the traffic? I was like, what? I was like, what's with the attitude? I was like, oh, it was fine. Like, after a while, I get used to it. Like, I was telling him, I was like, oh, because I was in a sorority, and, like, a lot of my friends are in the US, so, like, I miss the US a lot. Like, he was like, oh, so you pay? Like, how did you pay for that? Like, how much did you pay for that? I was like, I don't fucking know. He was like, yeah, that's not my thing. That's never, like, I would never do that. Okay, good for you. I don't fucking care. I was going mute. I was just like, yeah. Not once asked any questions about me. He was just like, oh, I went to Japan. Oh, Japan is so fun. Blah, 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 me. He ordered like the small drink, the $7 drink. He ordered that. I ordered the $14 drink, which is the upsized version of the drink. So he has one small drink. I have one upsized drink. I was just like sipping on mine, chilling. He was like, oh, let me just grab another drink. Okay, sure. So he got himself another drink that's the upsized one, which is the same as mine. So altogether, he has gotten 2 drinks. I have gotten 1 drink. Just keep that in mind. I think like 15 minutes in, I was texting my brother and that bitch did not respond. So I literally had to excuse myself to the bathroom. I called my mom. I was like, Ma, you have to tell me that there's a family emergency and that like I have to come home right now. Like, do something. Just get me home. I happily went back and I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad this date is coming to an end. Like, he's like a good looking guy and he's like really tall too, so like I don't know where this shit personality came from. Maybe because like he didn't have to like develop a personality because like he already has the height and the look, so maybe, I don't know. But anyway, so within the 10 minutes, my mom, Queen, she called me and she was like, you have to get home now, like your grandmother like passed out, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh my god, what? I feel like he kind of knew it was fake. Just like, what are the fucking odds that my grandmother would pass out? I was acting my ass off. Let's rewind. Remember when I said he got 2 drinks and I got 1? So instead of us splitting the bill by each paying for what we got, we split the bill in half. So I had to pay for a part of his order And I was, at that point, I was just like, I don't fucking care. I don't care. I just want to go home. I don't ever want to speak to this guy again. By the way, the bill came up to $40. You can't pick up a $40 bill. Then don't go on dates. Don't ask people out. Why don't you tell the person you're going out with, like, prior to the date that you want to split the bill? Like, if that's a thing for you, I feel like you should make that transparent, even, like, before meeting up. Because that is so, like, that is so not chivalrous, and that is so not my type. Even, like, the waiter was like, oh, are you guys done? Like, when we asked for the check. Because it was that quick. I never thought this would happen to me. I only heard about, like, bad date stories online, and I guess I'm the lucky one today. Yay! I'm just gonna not date for a bit.
That's not a real thing. And he was like, yeah, it is. If someone gets stung by a jellyfish, you have to pee on it. And I was like, that's an old wives' tale. That's not a real thing. Like, so then him and I are arguing back and forth, like, whether or not it's real or not. And so I go on to the Google and I'm like, if you get stung by a jellyfish, should you pee on it? And Google comes back and they're like, no, absolutely not. That is an old wives' tale. If you get stung by a jellyfish, do not let anyone pee on it. So I screenshot it and I send it to him, and I don't hear anything back from him for the rest of the day. Mind you, this man and I were texting for like 5 hours back and forth. So the next morning, he sends me this big, long text messages, and it says, you know, you just seem like a really argumentative person, and that's not really the vibe that I want in my life, and it's really important to me to protect my peace. And I read this text message and I thought to myself, I was like, first of all, go off, queen, protect your peace. But second, are you really just mad that you got a golden shower at a beach? Anyways, I'm blocked now.
Yet again, another date. I've been on 31st dates. Well, this is going to be my 30th. And if today doesn't work, meaning if it's a bad date, he doesn't need to be my husband. But if it's a bad date, I am not going on another date for a whole month. I am vouching to myself and to you guys, I am done. Because I am tired and, yeah. He planned something kind of interesting, like, he wants us to get pizza, but then he wants us to go on a little thrift challenge. So it's basically we both get $20 each to dress each other up. Which, okay, at least it's like a creative idea. No one has been this creative. So at least I won't be bored. But also, I'm meeting him at 7:30. So it's like, bro, where are we going? At 8? Like, at 9? Do you know? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I really actually didn't want to go, and I was like, I was this close to bailing. I was like, I don't really want to do this, but I never bail on people. Like, I rarely do. If I do, it's like, I don't know. It's not nice. I always feel really, really bad about it. So, yeah. We are going on yet another date because I am a masochist, and yeah. I'm like rambling at this point because like I really, really, really don't want to go. Because you guys remember my last date and my date before that. Yeah. So, yeah. I haven't had a second date in a very long time. In a very, very, very long time. He looked pretty normal, but they all do. They all do at first, okay? And then you go there and you're like, you're not normal. You're the opposite. You're abnormal. Sorry, I'm getting my period and I'm ranting and I'm feeling frantic. I'm feeling so frantic, but it's okay. Because we are going to get, you guys are in this with me, kind of. There's some creeps on here, but there's also some great people have been following me for a really long time. Okay. Yeah. I need to go cry. I'm going crazy. Waiting, and I'm like, maybe if he pulls up and he's not cute, I can just leave. Actually, he brought up porn. And he brought up penises like multiple times. He seemed fine, like we had like a long conversation, I guess. But somehow I was like, yeah, there's like a porn addiction happening. And he's like, how? Tell me, like, how often do women watch porn? Bro, that is not, why are you asking me that on the first date? He texts me, he was like, hey, when are you free? Like the rest of the week, I would love to see you again, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what, whatever. I'll give it another shot. There was some chemistry. And then the next 2 days, he's like texting me, asking me like, oh, how can I get you on a paddleboard? I'm like, oh, I don't like the heat. I'm not an outdoorsy person. I'm not. Listen, I'm really not. And like, I'm not going to change myself for anyone. I'm a Carrie Bradshaw, fortunately, actually. Like, if you like someone outdoorsy, that's completely within your right. Like, I'm not sitting here and judging you. But anyway, so I'm like, you know, I don't like this heat. Maybe like eventually. And I'm like, but I don't really like this heat. It's not my favorite thing to do. It's not. And then again, the next day he goes, oh, you really wouldn't be down for something like that? I'm like, it sounds like you want to see me in a bikini. It sounds like, because you try to kiss me on the first, I don't like if as a man, you should like know that enough. Like, I don't know you. You're a stranger and I'm not doing that. Anyways, so he like continues to push this like, oh, but I'm not a chill, like I'm not like a chill, fun, like relaxed girl. I'm not. And I'm not gonna change that because I'm gonna be miserable with someone who's who's like low effort and puts no effort into anything. Like, I'm not into it. Continues to push and probe, and then he's like, oh, chill as in taking interest in each other's hobbies or something. Or I'm like, I don't even know you. You are not my man, bro. Like, I do not need to take interest in your hobbies. You're not my husband. You're not my man. So I don't know where this sense of entitlement is coming from, and it's pissing me off. So you know what? I'm like, you know what? I don't think we're compatible because you have pissed me off, bro. Like, at this point, I'm done. So he goes, yeah, I don't think so either. I'm like, great, wonderful. Like, now you can go find a girl to like sleep with, because that's what it sounds like. And then he goes, nice getting to know you. Take care. And I'm like, thank God. And I trusted my intuition. It's what I felt. My gut, like, I felt weird. I didn't feel safe. I felt like this man was really, and like dying to, those kind of expectations the first time you see someone is actually insidious. Like, even expecting to kiss, like, just because you're good looking, you think that I'm just gonna like be all over you? Get a grip, bro. Anyways, another 30th date fail, but I'm really proud of myself for having standards and not letting a man second guess myself. Like, bro, you're insane. You think that I'm gonna like be this girl you want me to be, like a chill, cool girl to what, make you feel like a man? Go home.
I haven't dated much in Chicago, but I have a little bit, so I'm gonna tell you guys about one of the dates I went on. If it even is a date, I don't think so. So basically, this guy was like begging to hang out with me. I finally caved. I was like, you know what? I need to get out of my shell, young and turnt. Let's do it. He drives 3 hours to get here. He gets to my apartment, he comes in, we sit on the couch. I'm kind of expecting him to have something that he wants to do or something that he wants to take me to, or at least a little bit of an idea of what we should do with our time, since he just drove 3 hours to see me, right? Wrong. We're sitting on the couch, the small talk is kind of coming to an end, and I'm like, okay, like, what should we do? I don't know, what do you want to do? You pick. I don't know, what should we do? Right. I pick, right? And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna like be spending money on you if you didn't even come here with a plan, so let's go on a walk. We go on a walk. We go on like a 4-mile walk. We're walking on the lakefront. We see this big patch of geese. And I was like, I wonder what geese think about. Like, I just love animals. We start talking about animals. Oh, do you have any pets? He's like, no, I don't have any pets. I don't like animals. They're gross. They live outside. You don't know where they've been. Wrong bitch to say that to. Immediately no. This is where everything takes a turn, because now I have this premeditated idea of him in my head. He doesn't like animals. Immediate red flag. How can you not like animals? To me, like, that kind of makes you a bad person, dare I say. Whatever, we continue. His version of flirting is like rage bait and like trying to like work you up and make you angry and piss you off. Basically, like, just being annoying. We've been walking for a long time. At this point, it's like 5 p.m. and I'm getting a little hungry because I've been with this man all day. We haven't eaten. I haven't even had a sip of water because we've been out walking. So I'm like, I'm kind of hungry. Like, do you want to get food somewhere? He says, no, I could wait. I'm not really hungry yet. I could wait. Right, you could wait. Okay, true. Let's wait then. We walk all the way back to my apartment. We get to my apartment. Again, I'm like, okay, I'm like pretty hungry. Like, maybe we should go get something. He's like, let's just DoorDash. Okay, let's DoorDash. So we DoorDash. We get this pokey place. I'm like, this looks good. Let's get pokey. He says, I've never had this, but he wanted to get it. So we get it. And he orders the most ordered option. He doesn't pick through like what he wants. He just orders the most ordered poke bowl. It comes, guess what? He doesn't like it. It's basically just a salad with tuna on it. And he was like, this is disgusting. I don't like this. Well, that's because you didn't even look at what you ordered. You didn't read it, nothing. Like, he says, well, I thought it was the most ordered one. So I thought that it was gonna be good because a lot of people order this one. Okay, well, it's kind of important to like read the ingredients and read what's in the bowl and make sure you like everything in it before you order it, right? And this is just one of those things where like normally it's not that annoying, but I think after this whole day it kind of just pissed me off because I'd already been building up like some anger towards him. Anyway, he doesn't eat it. It's 9 p.m. at this time. I'm trying to figure out a way to get this man out of my apartment. So I keep hinting at, oh, I'm tired, like, I should go to sleep, I'm tired. Oh, and before this, he was like, should I sleep over? Thank God I said no. I finally get him to leave. And then he's texting me, he's calling me, and this is where I'm bad. I should communicate like, hey, you know, I wasn't really feeling it. I ghost him, and then I block him on everything. Turns out this man has a burner account. And I posted a TikTok about him like a while ago. He saw it, blew up, it got like 5 million views. He saw the TikTok about him. He texted me on my actual phone number, I think, because I don't think I blocked him on there. I think I just deleted his phone number. And then I started kind of feeling bad. But I don't think I ever explained to him like it wasn't gonna work. No, I didn't. I think I just never answered, and then he didn't text me again. But for those of you who ask why I don't date in Chicago, that's exactly why. And also because I still love my ex.